Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, I'm Sarah Jane and I'm one of the co-founders of Sorsa Clothing. We are a Scottish menswear brand, so I like to add to my channel behind the scenes of building my brand. We are still very much within the early days. I started Sorsa with my best friend John 4 years ago, just over 4 years ago. But we actually spent 3 years designing our product and we launched in October 2024. We're now in January 2026. And what a difference it's been. We have a warehouse where we hold all of our items. What I'm standing in just now was actually my office, which as you can see is a pretty big space. And 4 months ago I decided, why don't we just turn it into a shop? Now, fun fact, John was not on board. John's words were, you'll do what you're going to do. If it works, great, but I don't think it'll work. And it's been a major success. It's probably been the best decision that I made for the brand because it's brought our revenue right up and it's really just opened a total different aspect to Sorsa where we should be looking into retail. So that leads me on to letting everyone know that we are actually extending our shop, which will make it double the size. Right now, our customers come in this lovely rubbish door. I was trying to think, industrial, that's what I was trying to think of. Industrial door. I'm just going to get this camera to work 2 seconds to so that it moves. Hold on. I want it to track me so that I can actually, yeah, it's following me, that's great. That lovely industrial door, and yep, that's been great because when I did this we wanted minimal cost. We didn't want to put money into something that might not work. As I said, it has worked. If you do follow my journey, I'm just going to act like no one's following my journey just to give everybody a rundown. Then when I started Sorsa, I reached out to celebrities in the hope that someone would just pick it up and it would give us that little push that we needed. And it worked. We ended up with Daniel Carroll from Mrs Brown's Boys, who's been absolutely amazing with Sorsa. So he wears a lot of the stuff that then led on to having Paddy Houlihan, who's also in Mrs Brown's Boys, Brendan O'Carroll. So it's been really, really great. I've got a couple of local influencers who are also amazing. So it's just, it almost feels like little miracles have happened here, there and everywhere. And it's just made it work, which I feel is actually like a godsend, to be honest. So when I opened the store, I was just keep it minimal, let's see if it works. We added some racking, which you can see in the back. I made a counter, by the way, I'm not joking. This counter, this camera's not going to show you, but let's see if I can move further back. It's because it's focusing on my face. There, it's there. This counter is actually flooring, and that's my boardroom table that we had. Yeah, we used, but I knew that we either could continue using it or we could turn it into a nice counter to get started. So anyway, things actually went great. We opened, I think, start of October. We're now in January. Great, we had a great Christmas rush. We're within an industrial state, which isn't great, in my opinion, wasn't great. However, customers have proved me wrong. Customers love the fact that they can come to the door, run in, get what they want, and they go. Now, another fun fact about Sorsa is all of our items, so we have 260 items that's been designed by myself, John, who's my business partner, and our designer Michelle, fashion expert. Literally, that's what she's called, the fashion expert. We sat and designed absolutely everything, and the majority of our items are named after Scottish logs. So there's another bit of detail behind Sorsa. Anyway, this leads me on to the fact that the shop was doing so well, and we started to think, do you know what, we should really revamp it. We should extend it. So this wall, where this changing room is getting knocked through, and I'm going to show you. So just remember this part of the shop. This will be the new back of the shop. I'm going to take you through. And the good thing about being in the warehouse is we are never running out of stock for the shop because we have a very big warehouse. Our studio is here too, our photo studio, which is up the stairs. That's getting revamped as well. There's been a lot of changes because we've had to move things about and rejig it. Just give you a little idea of how big it is. It goes way back. It's massive. It's a bit dirty in here, but let me turn the camera. So where I said that changing room, that's here. So our customers are going to come through the shutter door, which is shop front, that'll be in. The counter to them will be on the left, and that will go right along to that door. So that counter is actually going to look like that. And then looking out from the counter, we're going to have rails up here, rails here. There'll be a little centre section, not too big, I don't want it to block the door. And then customers can walk through to that, which will be the existing shop. We are going to start doing women's and kids. We have started, that design process has started, so it's going to be massive, and there is another shop in the pipeline, but let's concentrate on this one just now. Just got a fright. I gave myself a fright. Look, I forgot that our mannequin was there. He's not frightened me in a while. It's normally always know he's there, but I just was not paying attention. So yeah, that's our story so far. I only open our shop every Thursday to Sunday just now, just because I don't want to be standing here all the time if no customers are coming. So we open a Thursday evening between 4 and 8. It's never normally too busy. Leading up to Christmas it was. I just keep pushing out my videos and then people eventually do come. So tonight's quite quiet, we're on Thursday. I'm open tomorrow, which is Friday, and Saturday between 10 AM and 4 PM, and we're open Sunday 12 to 4. And those 3 days are our busy days where we're kept going, and it's really just a nice place to be. The new shop, I am going to have to close the shop for a week because this has got to get knocked through. I'm getting it all painted, we're getting rid of the blinds, everything is changing. It was meant to be a small job, it's a now massive job. But this shop will always be, I will always keep this shop, it's easy for us, but we will expand in the very near future. So yeah, I've started making vlogs, but I feel as if they were all over the place, so I'm really now just zooming in on Sorsa, and rather than taking little videos here and then putting them together, which I will still do, but I'm trying to have a bit more structure with it. So I just felt as if I should just introduce myself, what I'm about, and I think what we'll do is I'll just label the video like Sorsa Journey or something like that, or just so that if anyone does want to follow everything like from the start, then this will be the first video. And I hope someone in 5 years finds this video, and I'll be embarrassed because I look a mess because I'm not very well tonight, and says, I remember Sarah Jane when she started, because it's genuinely been a life-changing journey for me. Oh my God, didn't expect that. I get to do this with my best friend, my husband helps, and our families help, and it's actually just like the most rewarding thing. It's like my kids are all like older. My youngest is 9, but they don't need me as much. I don't need to be a stay-at-home mum anymore or have a part-time job. So this is really fulfilling me, and I give my all to it. And anyone now who knows me knows that my life is Sorsa. I'm not well today. I've had a really, really horrific week. I've got a terrible infection which is affecting all this side of my face. So that's probably why I'm a little bit more emotional than normal. But I need to pull myself together. But it's just when I think back and I talk about it and I'm like, you know, I literally get to live my dream every day. And it's hard. Like there's days that I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I can't perform for the camera, because a lot of it is social media just now. We do have a great digital marketing team who are so supportive. They do all the adverts and things. I just kind of add the content on our pages just to kind of bulk it out and to attract more people to the shop. A lot of people come to the shop because they know who I am. They'll be like, oh, I've seen you on whatever. But yeah, so that's basically the Sorsa journey, the Sorsa story even. Like, anyone's got any questions, feel free to pop anything in the comments. I always get back to everyone. As I said, there is girls stuff coming and kids stuff, which will be within the next couple of months. And also another fact about us is that before we launched, we actually had kind of started working, and we came across the Foot Golf Association, which sounds like something that men would do when they're drunk, or I used to think that. But it's actually a massive association, and we provide all of their kits. So they really just pushed us up a little bit. So having little things like that going on in the background, you won't see a lot of that. You might. They're going to Mexico this year for the World Cup. I might tag along and get some footage. If not, I might get them to send stuff. But we provide all of their kits. That's just a kind of a thing in the background for Sorsa. We don't really promote it. They promote us because we actually sponsor their tours, but we don't really we don't put anything on our website regarding it. Also, I can't remember if I said, but we actually donate 50% of our profits to a mental health charity. So we are always trying to give a little back. I don't think I've said this either, I allow my customers to choose their own price. So if the customer, so on every item there's 5 prices on the website and in store, and the customer can choose one of the 5 prices. It's the same item. The top price is always the RRP of the item, and the bottom price is the bottom price that you can pay. Again, the whole point is the more you pay, the more we can donate to charity. So it's just something different. It's also to stand out a little bit in the market, because a clothing brand is right in the middle of a saturated market where we're only a tiny little spot, which is fine. I'm sure that'll build up because we'll just keep doing what we're doing. But yeah, so I'm just going to do this vlog as one vlog today, and then I'm going to pop it on, and then we will see how it goes. And then I'll just keep adding, I think, little vlogs every couple of days, or if I have something exciting going on, then I'll add it. I think going into this point of me doing daily vlogs, it's just so stressful, and when you're editing it, yeah, not for me. I think sitting down at camera talking about this has actually been great. Now that there's a little bit of context to it all, I'm hoping then after you watch this video, you'll be like, I can't wait to see what she's up to next. I'm always up to something. But yeah, and also it's a chance for you to watch Sorsa grow. So I'm going to pop it in the video. It's sorsaclothing.com, and I'm Sarah Jane, the founder. So feel free to go onto the website, have a little look. All of the items are great quality. I have purposely picked the best material for each item. That's what I pride myself and Sorsa on. The whole point of this journey was to prove to people that you don't need to pay high prices for good quality garments, and that's a fact. It's a complete fact. There's a jumper in the background, the cream one, which is over there. I'll show you at a later date. It's the 87, and my son loves Stone Island, and he bought a jumper. He turned 16 and he bought a jumper. He works in the bank for like £450, and he was like, yeah, I got it for the quality. And I was like, but did you? And he's like, yep. And I'm like, okay, can I see that jumper? And I actually got the same jumper with the same composition, which is the Collection 87 hoodie and sweatshirt. We offer it in blue and cream on the website, and it's the exact same composition, and we sell it for as low as £29, and my son paid £450. Let that sink in. So anyway, that's just a little bit of background on me, on Sorsa, and why I'm doing this. And yeah, I'm just looking for support to push my brand out, and just show you what goes on behind the scenes. Because when we started Sorsa, I was constantly like YouTubing, like starting a clothing brand, because I just wanted a bit of direction and a bit of reality into what it actually entails, and I couldn't find anything other than it was quite boring. So I feel as if I want to give you a raw version of the things that go on. If I did this from the beginning, it would probably been a lot different. There's been a lot of tears. This has been really, really hard to get to where we are just now. We're in a very fortunate position where we're in a good place, but at the beginning it took a lot of time of, when can we launch? Right, we can launch in February. February came and went. No, I'm sorry, we're waiting on this coming back. We're waiting on the samples. And it just, honestly, I think we had about 6 launch dates. And every time we went into a meeting, my business partner always had an idea before me that it wasn't going to happen, and he would never tell me. He would wait till we're in the meeting, because I think he thought if I say to Sarah Jane that we are not going to launch, she's going to cry. But anyway, here we are, sitting in the shop. Like, sometimes I get a bit disheartened because, like, now it's not very busy at this point. But old me 2 years ago would be very proud of the stool I'm sitting on just now. So, on that note, we'll end it. You might have another vlog over the weekend. I don't know. We'll see how this one goes. But thank you so much if you have watched. If you could just like and subscribe, then that would be amazing. And a little comment just to show support, then thank you. So thank you for watching, and remember, you're watching the famous founder this time in 5 years. That's a joke before people start giving me abuse for that. Might be a joke.